What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more NFL plays today over on PrizePicks. I got some more free plays for you guys. Last night, about 7, I posted a free play for you guys, but I got another one for you guys today. It's going to be a 4-man. We're going to be going for a 7x here, a little bit of correlation here, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. So let's hop in and let's keep cashing. So I've got 4 plays for you guys in this video. If you guys want a third bonus play in tomorrow's video, be sure to leave a like on this video here, because if we get to 125 likes, I'll drop a bonus play for you guys in tomorrow's video. We had yet another cash yesterday over in the DubClub. We cashed this entry right here for 8x. It actually started out as a 14.5x here, but Yelich was a do not play yesterday. He was a late scratch, but can't complain about cashing an 8x right there from the MLB. So we had yet another cash yesterday over in the DubClub, and right now it is 50% off for a limited time only. That's for my best package. It includes all sports. It includes all of my contributors plays. It includes my Discord chat, everything. You can see the different testimonies and winners that we've had from this year. Right now is the best time to join. With the NFL being back as well as MLB going on right now, we are cashing winners left and right. Just go down in my description and make sure that you click on the claim button right here, because it will get you access to 2 different offers. 50% off of your first month or 60% off of the next 3 months. So it's a very, very good place to be. I'll show you guys the Discord here. You can see all the different premium channels over in my Discord. It includes my Discord chat to talk to me and other members about plays, whatever's going on. And if you just add me in the chat, I'll respond to you usually pretty fast. You also have all my contributors plays here too, from Asmies, Emo, Elo, Nerd Alert, Astronaut Doe, and Nev. That's like Wake and Cash KBO plays, esports, soccer. You have some WNBA plays, some golf plays here as well. So make sure you come join us here over in the DubClub. It is 50% off, like I said, for a limited time. That offer will not always be there. So make sure you join right now before the NFL kicks off this week. And like I said, you could also get 60% off. So you could also get 60% off the next 3 months, which covers you for the rest of the MLB season, as well as the start of the NHL and the NBA season, which you are not going to want to miss those. I'm telling you guys. NHL has been insane for us as well as the NBA. So make sure that you get in right now to the DubClub. 50% off your first month, 60% off the next 3 months. All right, now let's get to these free plays. Make sure you play responsibly at your own risk. Leave a like on this video here and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you have those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped or get removed. And let's get to these plays. The first play I like in the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate is going to be Dak Prescott over his pass attempts here, which is going to be at about 36.5. So just watch how we build this entry out here, because this is going to be the main leg here. The main leg for our entry here is going to be Dak Prescott over his pass attempts. And we're going to kind of add things onto that that's kind of correlated with that, if that kind of makes sense. But Dak Prescott here was over his pass attempts last year in 4 out of 8 games. He, of course, got injured yet again last year. But in losses last year, since they are 8.5 point underdogs in this game, in losses, he actually went over this in 3 out of 5 games, as you can see there. The misses came against Detroit there, where they lost 47-9, and in this game against Atlanta, where he only had 24 in that game, and they lost 21-7. So that was a little bit closer, I guess. But overall, I think he's just in a good spot to go over his pass attempts based off of the Eagles' defense and how the Eagles are expected to lead this game. And you can see here that in the pass against the Eagles, he's been over in both of those with 44 and 39 pass attempts. And that was back that was back in 2023 though. You can see right there November 5th and then also December 10th though. So it was a while. He didn't play them last year in any of those games. But that's pretty much just gonna be the main play here. It's just gonna make some more sense here. I'm not gonna dive into this one super deep, because what we're trying to do is basically build a game script and a narrative. And our narrative here is gonna be that the Cowboys are gonna be losing this game and gonna want to throw the ball a little bit more than run. And of course, it does help that they don't have a true running back. They have like Javonte Williams there, but I don't think we'll get a whole lot of run in this game. So Dak Prescott over pass attempts. We're going to continue to build our narrative, basically. We're just kind of telling a game script here. We're telling a story, basically, with the entry, if you want to put it that way. And I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb now. Of course, he's a receiver, but over 10 reception targets. So over 10 targets here. I also like the over 6.5 receptions. If you want to avoid a potential push, what you could do is instead take the over 6.5 receptions. I think that is also pretty good. It's really up to you which one you want to take. You could take the receiving yards as well. I don't remember if it gives a lower payout than receptions and targets. I don't quite remember. I think it might by 0.5x or so, but any spot really is good for CD in my opinion. He's had at least 10 receiving targets in 53% of games last year. In losses, that number did change a little bit if we look at losses to 63%. Although, again, a lot of those games were not actually with Dak Prescott playing. So if you look at games with Dak last year, the hit rate actually did go down, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Down to about 50% there, as you can see. In those games with Dak, 4 out of 8 games, he had at least 10 reception targets. And in the past against Philly, he actually has had at least 10 in all 3 of his last 3 games against them. So he only played 1 game against Philly last year where he had 10 receiving targets. The other 2 games where he played with Dak, he had 16 and 10 targets. But in that game, they actually kind of whooped the Eagles, beat them by 20 points. But again, that was like 2 years ago. So take that with a grain of salt a little bit. But of course, pass attempts, targets, obviously correlation between there because pretty much every single attempt, unless he's just throwing the ball away, every single pass attempt that Dak should have should be to a receiver or tight end. So that's why I'm going to go with CD there over his targets. Just obviously makes sense there. Pass attempts, targets, extremely correlated. I think that's pretty straightforward. Moving on, though, to the next play here, we're going to go with another receiver from the Cowboys, this time being Fergie. Jake Ferguson here, over 4 receptions. Again, I would also be okay with the over 5.5 reception targets, but I'm okay with the 4 receptions here. I think that's a pretty solid spot. He's had at least 4 receptions in 7 out of 14 games last year. He was pretty bad towards the end of the year, but that's just really because of the quarterback change. With Dak, though, he was a much, much different player if you look at it. So Dak Prescott, when he played with Dak last year, he was over in 5 out of 7 games, as you can see there. The losses he had was when they beat the Browns there, and then when they lost in a complete blowout to the Lions. Every other game, he covered this line with at least 6 catches. We're looking for at least 4 in the spot, but hopefully at least 5+ catches here for Jake Ferguson. The Eagles were definitely a tougher matchup for opposing tight ends last year, but I'm really hoping with Dak throwing the ball so many times, at least according to our game script that we're building here, should lead to at least 4 catches for Ferguson, who, he liked to feed Ferguson last year when he was actually healthy last year. So we're thinking that Jake Ferguson is going to go over his receptions in the spot here. I think it's all pretty straightforward, just building our game script here that they're going to be having to throw the ball a lot with not that much running back, as well as them likely losing in this game, especially towards the end of the game. He'll probably need to throw the ball a little bit more and should kind of lean on guys like CeeDee Lamb or Jake Ferguson. So that's why I built the entry the way that I have. But these guys all play for the same team. We're on PrizePicks. We need one more guy added to the mix here. Now, before we get to the next play in this video in that pair for the Cowboys today, if you've not already seen Sleeper, it is, in my opinion, one of the best apps out there right now. And if you sign up using my promo code DOMG, you could get a first deposit up to $100 and a free square when you sign up, as well as another free square that's currently on the board for me, and a 35% profit boost for the NFL, and even more discounts. Right now, Barkley is discounted for his rushing yards, Neighbors discounted, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, there's a CSGO discount, as well as a boost on Jalen Hurts passing yards, Travis Kelce, Little there, Aaron Jones, and even Asia Wilson in the WNBA. There's so much value and so many promos over on Sleeper. It is by far the best app out there if you like taking advantage of promos, especially if you have a smaller bankroll. So it's a very, very good place to be. And you could even potentially get a better payout than an app like PrizePicks. For example, let's head over to, let's go with the MLB for now. You can see here that if we were to take a guy like, Ranger Suarez under strikeouts, for example, and maybe like Brandon Marsh to have a hit. He pays at 3.09x over on Sleeper compared to maybe 3x over on PrizePicks. Very cool app. Get it for yourself in my description and use my promo code DOMG for a first deposit up to $100 and a free square when you sign up for Sleeper. So now that we have our game script built here for this game here, we actually cannot really go with an Eagle, otherwise it's going to kill the payout on this. So we have to go with another player from another team or another sport. We got to do something else for our entry here, which is why I'm going to go with the guy that plays tomorrow, that being Keenan Allen, over 37.5 receiving yards here. This entry, if all are correct, pays out 7x over on PrizePicks. Personally, I think it is worth it with how correlated this Cowboy stack is. So Keenan Allen is not going to be back on the Chargers after being with the Bears last year, and so Keenan Allen is brand new to this team, but I do think he's still in a great spot to have at least 38 receiving yards. So the Chargers depth chart kind of looks like this right now, right? They have Len McConkey, of course, they have Quentin Johnston, and they have Keenan Allen. They're really not going to lean on Quentin Johnston. Keenan Allen is, I believe, the wide receiver 2 of this team. And they don't even have really a tight end. They have Will Dissly at tight end and Tyler Conklin. So not concerned about the tight ends there being there either. I think really the 2 receiving targets for this team is going to be McConkey, of course, taking the majority of them, and then Keenan Allen. It should be getting open for this team as well as the wide receiver number 2. Last year with the Bears, he was over the sign in 7 out of 15 games. And we're going to be kind of going the game script again here because the Chargers are going to be 3-point underdogs in this game. And of course, I believe that they will indeed be losing to the Chiefs in this one, or at least playing down. Not necessarily that they're going to lose, but I think they are going to play down. I think that will lead to some more targets for Keenan Allen because, of course, they should be throwing the ball a little bit more. So even if it's a competitive game too against the Chargers, or against the Chiefs, I don't think they're going to be getting killed. But as long as they're not going to be winning this game against the Chiefs by a couple of scores, then we really shouldn't have to worry about this line or him not having at least the opportunity to get this one done, if that kind of makes sense. I really believe this is kind of a buy low spot because he is so new to this team, but he has such a good connection with Justin Herbert still. Even with some changes being there, like McConkey being there and all that, I still believe that Keenan Allen is going to be a wide receiver 2 for this team and should have the opportunity to get 40 yards done. It's really up to him if he's going to get this one done here. I think the target should be there for Keenan Allen. It's just at the end of the day, I think he's going to have, about 4 catches. And I think that's enough to get it done for 40 yards. Feel free to use your own pair, though, because the main plays I'm going to have here is going to be Dak, CD, and Ferguson. Maybe you don't believe in Keenan Allen, just take him out the entry and use your own different pair for that. It could be an MLB play, it could be not necessarily the Dak Prescott free square. Maybe you can go with something else. Maybe you want to throw a demon there like Tyreek Hill for whatever reason. Overall, I think all 4 of these plays are pretty good, especially the Cowboys here. I like the stack. As long as the game script is going how I'm going to say it's going to go, of course, just kind of creating that story. Basically, as long as Dak Prescott has at least 37 pass attempts, I believe that CD will have 10 of those targets, and Ferguson will have at least 4 catches. I think that's pretty fair that, 14 of those, 37 pass attempts could go in our favor here between Lamb and Ferguson. So, again, 7x payout right now over on PrizePicks. I'm not done yet. I got some more free plays for you guys, but again, one last reminder, join the DubClub if you have not already. All of my plays are sent there. It is 50% off for a limited time of my best package. Includes Discord chat to talk to me and other members. My MLB correlation slips were just cashed for 8x yesterday. 14.5 just like 3 days ago. 3 days ago. I don't remember at this point. We've got so many 5 and 6 mans this year. It is pretty crazy. So come join us and get in on these winners with us. Link is available in my description. Join us in the DubClub for 50% off for a limited time only. But here's the daily grind tool, and this here can show off the best bid value plays on an app like PrizePicks or Underdog. Right now on PrizePicks, they have some League of Legends plays, some CSGO, some Dota 2. They have some basketball plays here, European basketball. They have a ton of different value plays here. Even some NFL right now on Jordan Mason or rush attempts as well. Very cool tool to have. If you want it for yourself, go get it for yourself in my description by clicking on the fantasy bundle and scroll down. Be sure to use promo code DOMG when you sign up for the Daily Grind Fantasy Bundle. Thank you for watching. See you guys hopefully in the next video. Best of luck. If you want to submit over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen here, and let's start the NFL season out with a bang.